Brooklyn.
Here.
Jay.
Here.
Kelly.
Here.
Bailey. Oh. I guess Bailey was supposed to be, she was in the wrong group, wasn't she? Tally.
Here.
Leona. Oh, she went to the bathroom. Savannah.
Here.
Larry. Haley. Is Haley not here? Okay. Kaylin.
Here.
Jocelyn.
Here.
I was gonna say Jason, I can't read my handwriting. Alexandra.
Here.
Alexis. No Alexis? Talia. Fawn.
She's not here.
She's not here. And Natalie. Okay. Real quick, today is National Levi Strauss Day, National Levi Day. I have a really cute video that shows them like in the OR, and it's a Levi video. It's an old Levi video, but I couldn't find it, so I'll try to find it and have it for you guys for tomorrow. Make sure, I know some of y'all were out yesterday for ACT testing and stuff. We did do the conversion quiz yesterday, so I will try to get that with you guys on Friday. We're gonna start the dosage calculations. Make sure you're getting workbooks in. Make sure that you are getting in any missing work. And I'm gonna show you a real, maybe. I'm technically challenged today, guys. I said I was Mr. T today. Don't tell him I said that. You know he's starting to learn how to fly a drone. Do you realize there's gonna be drone pieces all over my yard? Okay, so what I want to do is show you a real quick video that emphasizes why I'm teaching you this, why I'm making you do all the little steps, why I'm making you do all of the math, and show me what you're doing, okay?
And what happened and the impact on. Well, it was a mistake that turned deadly for a patient at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, a nurse.
Come on. Oh. See, I told you I'm technically
Was
challenged today.
supposed to give that patient a sedative to relax them before a body scan, but instead the patient ended up dead the next day. Let's go to News Channel 5, Jason Lamb, who is here to explain what happened and the impact on the hospital. Jason.
Yeah, that's right. The drug the Vanderbilt nurse is said to have given to this patient is one of the same drugs that the state uses to execute death row inmates during lethal injection. And for some time, the hospital had been on the hook for Medicare payments had they not solved the problem.
According to a report from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the mistake happened the day after Christmas last year when a patient who had been in the hospital for 2 days for brain bleeding was ordered to have a body scan. The patient said they were claustrophobic, so a doctor ordered a sedative, Versed. A nurse went to search for the drug using an automated dispensing machine and had typed the first 2 letters of Versed, which are VE, and chose the first medication on the list. But that first medication was Vecuronium, a drug that can cause paralysis, and in fact, is used by the state on death row inmates during lethal injections. As the nurse unknowingly administered the drug, the report says she told the patient they were there to give them something to help them relax. Minutes later, they found the patient in cardiac arrest. That's when a fellow nurse noticed the error, telling the nurse, "This isn't Versed, it's Vecuronium." The report says even though paralysis develops and they can no longer move or even breathe, patients are still awake and aware of what's going on. Patients can experience intense fear when they can no longer breathe. They can also sense pain. The experience can be horrific for patients. The patient died the next day.
Now, because of that mistake, for the last month, the Department of Health and Human Services had threatened Vanderbilt University Medical Center that they would not be paying for any services that Medicare patients had done at the hospital. But we learned this afternoon that Vanderbilt University Medical Center had filed a corrective action plan and that those Medicare payments will still be made. Live in tonight, Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.
All right, Jason, let's story. Vanderbilt University Medical Center said today in this statement, here's part of it, that the drug mix-up occurred because the nurse bypassed multiple safety mechanisms that were in place to prevent such errors. The hospital says it took what it calls appropriate personnel actions following the mistake.
This is how to get JPAS. It's the best way to boost
Okay.
your bullet rate.
We're gonna skip that part. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but what they are talking about is, Rhonda Vandy. She was a nurse, and this ended up becoming a nationwide, court case. It ended up showing, the family did not pursue charges against her at all. It was the state that pressed charges against her. She ended up on probation, she lost her nursing license and a bunch of stuff. And you can look her up, it's Rhonda Vandy. And she did some interviews afterwards. There were thousands of nurses that were there at the courthouse, there on the lawn, everything. It really truly showed the shortages in nursing staff, issues that nurses were having, not having a break, all kinds of different issues. And it, mental health of nurses, medical people, all kinds of different things, and the burnout and stuff like that. So we have more people that are getting older and leaving the medical profession than we can backfill and fill into those places, in those slots. So we need we need people constantly. I can guarantee every single one of you all a job if you get your certifications. I can guarantee every one of my seniors a job if they get their certifications. So this is why I have you guys do the actual specific math, okay? Yes, can I do the math in my head? Yeah, I can do the math in my head. Can you guys do the math in your head? Yeah, you can do the math in your head, but I want you guys to do the very specific problems, and I want you guys to do it so that you understand it, okay? So, I teach medical math and dosage problems a very specific way. So the thing that's right here, scratch it out. We're not using it, okay? I don't teach it the way that the book necessarily teaches it. So we're at here where it says D over H times Q, scratch it out. We're not using that, okay? What we are going to use is this right here. So you're going to write this at the top of your page. What I need, which is your order. What I have, which is what is available, and then conversions, okay? Now this packet is very basic. You will not do any conversions. Everything's gonna be in the same metric systems, okay? So, everything's gonna be what I need, which is what your order is, what I have, which is what is available, and then conversions, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so we're gonna work through some together, okay? So, I lost my blue marker. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so number 1, okay. So my order is 500 milligrams, okay? What I have available is 1 tablet is 250 milligrams. So 250 milligrams per 1 tablet, okay? Now, I set it up this way because I want my milligrams to cancel out. Some people, to see the ratio, have to have this over 1. I don't, but in order to see it, some people need it that way, okay? Sorry. Okay, so 500 milligrams, so this is my order. This is what is available, okay? okay? Everything is in the same metric, so we're gonna cancel out our milligrams. I'm gonna times 500 times 1. So this is 500.
I'm telling you, my markers are, I think somebody comes in and takes all the caps off of them at night.
Okay, so 500 milligrams, 500 over 250. So 500 divided by 250 is what? 2, okay? So that's gonna equal 2. 2 what though? What am I giving? 2 tablets, okay? So you have to make sure that you identify what you're giving. Otherwise, I could be giving 2 cars, 2 omelets, 2 anything, okay? So always make sure you identify. And when you're marking these out, you will leave available what you're supposed to get. Does that make sense? Okay. We're gonna see how many times I can erase on this board before I have to clean it today. Okay, so number 2. I have an order for 1 gram. I have available 1 capsule is 0.5 grams. So that's going to equal, my grams cancel out, okay? My grams cancel out. So that's going to be 1 divided by 0.5, which is going to equal, again, 2. So I'm going to give 2 caps. Do you guys see it? Anna, you see it? Yeah? So, does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. Okay. As long as you set it up this way every time, it will. I hate those calculators. Those ones that have to have the batteries, they're bad. If I'd known that's what we were getting, we wouldn't have ordered them. Okay, number 3. What is my order? 50 milligrams. Okay. What do I have available? 25 milligrams for 5 mil. What do I put on top? My 5 mil, and what do I put on the bottom? My 25 milligrams. Okay. So my milligrams cancel out. So 50 times 5 is going to equal 250 divided by 25 is going to equal 10 what? Mils. Okay. So 10 mils. So say you tell the patient they have to take 10 mils every day. Okay? What if that patient's like, I don't know how much 10 mils is? And you're like, okay, well, you have a teaspoon at home, right, for cooking? What would you tell them? How many teaspoons would they take? Right, 2. They would take 2 teaspoons. You could say, well, if you don't have anything that measures mils, you can take 2 teaspoons because I know 1 teaspoon equals 5 mils. Okay? Does that make sense? Alright, let's do one more and then I'm gonna have you guys do a couple. I swear I don't have near as much time with you guys as I do the other group. What are we at, number 4? Okay, so what do I need? What's my order? 1,000 milligrams. Okay, what do I have available? Okay. So do you guys remember when I said you'll probably want a highlighter or something? So this is where you're gonna need it. Do you guys remember those math problems you had to do where it was like the plane's going this way, the train's going this way, and blah 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 and blah 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 blah. And it gave
4 people on this and 10 people on this, and you had all this extra information you didn't need to know. Y'all remember those problems? That you were like, oh my gosh, really? Why do I have to know how to do this? Okay? I still wonder that. But anyway, this you do have to know. I promise you will use this math, okay? Anyway, this problem, what is available? What does it tell you about it? What kind of tablet? Scored. Does that scored have anything to do with my dosage? No, it just tells me that what? That it breaks in half easily. It has nothing to do with it, okay? So, scored has nothing to do with the dosage problem, okay? You're gonna have problems that it's gonna tell you that this female this or blah, blah, blah this, but it's not gonna have anything to do with your dosage problem, okay? So that's where, not on this sheet necessarily, but as we get farther along and the problems get more intense and you get more information, that's where you're gonna want a highlighter or something so that you can be like, oh, okay, I don't necessarily need this, but you're gonna wanna highlight what information you truly do need to do your problem. Does that make sense? So I don't need to know that this is a scored tablet because all that tells me is the tablet looks like this and I can break it in half easy. That's all it tells me, okay? So, okay, so what do I have available? 2,000 milligram per one tablet. Okay, so that's going to equal 1,000 divided by 2,000, which is going to be, how much of a tablet am I going to give? Half a tablet. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? Yes, no, where are we at? Thumbs up, thumbs down, halfway? Okay. All right, so I want you guys to go through and do the next few, okay? And I'm going to kind of circle around. On what?
He's like, you said like limited by and so I took it and I got like 2.
Okay, but 0.5 is half.
Why did I think?
So when you're doing, so something to think about. So on that I wrote half because I can literally give half a tablet, okay? So you can either write for like a tablet, I can write 0.5 tab, or I can write half a tab. If I'm in mils, say I have an answer that's 1.35, I can't give 1.35 mils, okay? Remember your medicine cups? It's not gonna do, I can't get it between those two little lines halfway. So I would round this to 1.4, because I could do 1.4. Or on a syringe I can do 1.4, but I can't do 1.35, okay? So you'd round to that nearest. Does that make sense? Jay, were you on yesterday? Were you sick or were you at a school function? Okay. Does it make sense? Okay. Now some of y'all that have light pencils or some of y'all's handwriting, y'all look like Mr. T trying to write over there. Make sure that I can see your decimal points. Yes, because it would be 1.25, and I can't do that, so yeah, it'd be 1.3. You got it? Yes, that's right. No, that's right. No.
Yeah, 500 divided by 1.
How did you?
Yeah, but I'm
buy 125. Your nails, you hit some, yeah. Yeah, get you a different calculator, because something hit wrong.
I got 4.
In and out. Yep. Are we good?
Did I do that one?
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yep. Yeah, caplet, yeah, it's, because remember a caplet is just it's a tablet that has that plastic covering over it. Now, yeah, we still put it out. Okay, we're gonna run out of time, so real quick, flip to the next page for me. I hate that, we gotta figure out a way to do, split the classes different. Okay, so on the next page, on, what number is it? 6? Those look a little bit different. So it gives you an order, what is it? Amoxicillin, how much? 500 milligrams, what is it? Capsule. PO, TID, times 10D, is that right? Yeah. Okay, so this is where it's real important that you guys remember and study, keep studying those abbreviations, okay? Because PO means oral, TID is 3 times a day, and D is day, okay? So for this very first one here, what is my, so you're gonna do a single dose, a daily dose, and then how much a total that you would have to dispense or send home with the patient, okay? So if my order is for 500 milligrams, what do I have available? On that one, on number 6, what is on hand? What's available? $500 per what? 1 capsule. So I have 1 capsule equals 500 milligrams. Okay, so my milligrams cancel out. So you have 500 over 500, which is just gonna equal, so I'm gonna give 1 what? 1 capsule. Okay, that's a single dose, right? Correct? So my single dose is 1 capsule. So my daily, how many capsules am I gonna give? 3 capsules. So for my total, how many am I gonna give? So you have to take it 3 times a day for how many days? 10. So how many do they need? 30. They need 30. Okay? The only math you have to show me is for the single dose, but then you have to read the rest of your order and figure out how many you're going to take on a daily dose and how many I have to send home with that patient. Does that make sense? Okay. Does it make sense to you guys? Okay. So what I want you to do is go through and finish this packet, okay? If you get stuck on something, just circle the number. Because what we're going to do at the beginning of class tomorrow is go through and check the answers, and if there's something that you guys are stuck on, we'll work through those problems, okay? Then we're going to do some similar ones tomorrow, and we're going to add in actually reading a prescription, a true prescription, and pulling that information off of prescription pads or bottle labels, okay? So real quick, I want you guys, let's see how many of them, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so
what I want you guys to do is go ahead and put your papers up, and then I have an exit ticket for you. But what you're actually gonna do is, you're gonna get a little food item here, and you're gonna actually meet up with your other food partner. It tells you in the corner, so like salt gets with pepper, lemon gets with lime. And you're gonna answer that question on your ticket with whoever your partner is. Hey, it's something different than having rude. There actually is a peanut butter and jelly.
Where'd you get it?
You know, I saw a thing coming in today, and it was an English teacher, and she was teaching them how to write stuff and to make sure that they give directions on stuff. And so she had told them how to write a detailed thing on how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And she said it was funny because they actually didn't, like somebody said you grab some bread, so she grabbed the whole loaf of bread. And then it was, they said put some peanut butter on top. So they put some peanut butter on top. And then, but it was funny. Okay, real quick, meet up with your person before the bell rings. I have chicken. Who's got waffles? Me. All right. Chicken and waffles. You know, my seniors were talking about chicken and waffles. They loved them.
Jocelyn, do you have salt?
Okay. I have salt. I have jelly.
Yes.
How do you think?
I guess I'm just looking.
Okay.
Miss T. Definitely, she got two.
Oh, you were only supposed to get one. So, okay, just talk to him. Okay.
Are we supposed to write on this?
No, just talk about it. Just talk about it.
Mine's was he thing.
Good? Yep. Feel good about it?
Yeah. I was peanut butter. No, I wasn't. That was Allie. I was.
Real.
There you go. I'll take it. Yep. Okay, good, good. All right, any questions? Are you done? Okay. Make sure that you guys, scrubs tomorrow. What else? Scrubs tomorrow. Be working on your midterms. The face up there is saying, oh no, midterm grades are next week, so make sure you're getting stuff turned in. I'll have graded work for you to go through tomorrow and check with your grades on Blackboard. Like I said, putting it in on my MacBook. I don't like the new grade book in Blackboard. It has that stupid little box that I tell you guys about that keeps popping up every time you're trying to put grades in. So I want you guys to, I don't care if you don't keep your workbooks, but I want you to go through and double check that the grades are right, okay? So we'll do that as well tomorrow, okay? So work on this tonight. Any questions? You guys feel good about it? It's easier than the conversions right now, isn't it? Whew. Conversions, they suck, but you guys still need to be studying them because you're going to take that quiz again. Okay, you'll probably take it midweek next week. Okay?
Is it the same quiz as yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, if it's the same quiz.
It's the same quiz. It's the same quiz. You'll take it at the beginning or next week, and then you'll take it at the end.